Welcome, guys. We're on the wrong side of the couches. Usually we're on the
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's
Happy Halloween.
what?
I decided I was at Walmart. I found a DVD pack of 4 werewolf movies, and guess what? We're watching them. You see that picture down at the bottom right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that picture for a different movie.
Werewolf House?
Yeah, for a different movie.
Where
It's
a badly cut out picture of a guy.
Yes, but that
face?
exact picture is for a Kings of Horror movie that we watched that didn't show a werewolf until the last.
That exact
10 seconds.
picture is for Hemlock Grove.
We're doing a marathon.
I think we should start with Cold Ground because I want to bitch about how it's not a werewolf movie.
Right, Cold Ground.
I'm excited about these werewolf movies.
Is it even turned up? You should make sure.
I don't know.
I just covered my feet.
Well, hold on. Let's see real quick. I don't want to turn it up and then suddenly it's like, BAH!
Yeah, it's up enough. What the hell is this?
Helical Super 8? How old is this movie? This was shot on Super 8? No, it's new. That was CGI.
Fright House Pictures. I mean, I like that opening.
I like that the candles blow out. In January 1976, 2 journalists traveled to the French-Swiss border to shoot a film reported for French television. Recordings were recovered 40 years. This is found footage.
Yep. Restored copy is unveiled to the public. You didn't even finish reading that.
I know, I just realized it was found footage and I got really depressed.
It's going to be shot on Super 8. This is Super 8.
Lucky yeah, Mr. Brakeman. Don't put me off of your train. Lucky yeah.
Okay, first of all, nobody's doing this if you're just kind of like
Don't put me
traveling
off
around.
your train.
Why would you get the B-roll
All
shots?
the weather's cold, and I'm going home again.
What?
Why do you put pictures on the wall like
At
that?
the midnight special, shine a light on me.
Ugh, this stuff made me just
I'll wear
sneeze.
that old I see.
You are not reading a book while listening to this song.
No.
Who would do that? Can you read a book while you're hearing "Let the Midnight Special Shine a Light on Me"? No.
I'm wearing now.
This might be a 70s movie. She's wearing 70s like clothing, underwear.
No, it's made to look like that, but nobody's doing these shots. It's 70s. This is a filter right now to look like that.
Oh yeah, obviously. Because you could look right over here. Those little scratch marks, everything, are when you put a filter on it, it's uniform. It'll show up and do the exact same thing over there again. And it doesn't do it all the time.
Cette film sonore. Et il
So
va
it's a
faire très
French
froid, donc l'autonomie des piles sera réduite. Ce serait dommage qu'on puisse pas recueillir tous les entretiens.
T'inquiète pas, j'ai tout prévu. Ça va être un reportage à la pointe de la technologie, mademoiselle. On pourra même le vendre à plusieurs chaînes de
Is it
télévision.
bad that I'm refusing to read it? I'm just gonna watch the video. It's like I don't care what they're saying
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
because
Mais rien, je peux
it's a
finir
found
ma
footage
c'est tout.
movie. So whatever they're saying literally means nothing. Okay? Because it's the actions that matter. And what's the actions that matter? Is they die. That's it. You could watch Cloverfield with mute.
Contraste amélioré, check.
Any found footage movie you could watch on mute and not and still know what's happening. People that we don't give a fuck about die. That's it. Tell me one found footage movie that is not like that.
Prêt pour une enquête bouleversante au cœur de la montagne et de la forêt enneigée.
Je te rappelle que c'est moi qui suis censé
Let's
filmer.
see.
Oui, et moi je fais les entretiens et
trying to
j'aimerais
think of that.
connaître
People
votre
we don't care
ressenti
about
au
that
sujet de ce
die.
périple vers des contrées
You're supposed to care
lointaines
about
et
Blair Witch.
ténébreuses.
People we don't care about that die.
Exactly, you never care.
Tout d'abord,
But you could put it on mute and still have the exact same feeling.
que je sache, c'est vrai.
Paranormal Activity, if you have put it on mute,
Palpitant que ça, non?
it
Trompe-toi, ça pourrait très
takes
bien
away
être
because
les gens
those
qui
people
meurent.
talk a
Puis
lot.
ça fait des mois que ça dure.
And it's
Les
just the
éleveurs de
worst
Wisconsin
banter
deviennent
ever.
complètement
Do they
fous. Il y a
though?
déjà
There's
plus
a
d'une
lot
vingtaine de
of
vaches qui ont
like
disparu.
watching
C'est
the
vraiment une affaire
cameras
étrange.
after the
Les
fact.
autorités
Yeah, but
locales
they
ont
sit
tout
there
de
and they'll
suite
be
peur
like
d'une
this.
épidémie. Ils
Blah
pensent
blah
à une
blah blah
menace
blah blah blah
bactériologique.
blah blah blah,
but
and
it's
then it's the
meaningless.
hard cut to something else because they.
But it's meaningless.
Oh yeah,
Banter.
C'est pour ça qu'ils
Like
ont fait venir
that's
une
what I'm
équipe de
saying
biologistes
is
pour faire
all
des
of this is
prélèvements
meaningless.
Du coup, il y a
There
un
is no
risque de
point of
contamination.
having any of
Si je
this.
comprends bien, tu m'emmènes sur un site,
Is it going to build up to the next,
infecté par un mal
like
inconnu
foreshadowing or
qui fait
anything like that?
disparaître des
Name
animaux.
one movie that has done that.
T'aurais pu me prévenir.
I'll be honest right here. If
T'inquiète
they
pas,
were
je suis
really
sûre qu'il y a
shooting
aucune
on Super 8
contamination.
and
Par
not
contre, ils ont
digital,
découvert un
you're not
cadavre
going to
de
get
cheval
this
mutilé
shot.
No,
dans la
I'll tell you
forêt
one
il y a
that,
deux jours.
that actually did
Il
it.
semblerait
Monsters.
qu'on lui ait fait un drainage complet du
But that
sang
was
et une
a made
ablation
to
des
seem like
organes
found
internes
footage movie.
et des organes sexuels. Et vu la précision chirurgicale des mutilations, il pourrait s'agir d'un acte humain ou d'un crime rituel.
You mean did what?
Did like foreshadowing and stuff.
I thought you meant Super
No.
8. I went through the whole movie in my head and I was like, they did not shoot on film. I was just talking about film.
Il
Oh,
est
no.
trop bon ton croissant. Tu devrais déposer l'idée. Du fromage fondu et du jambon dans un croissant. C'est délicieux.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
J'aime
but
beaucoup.
Who the hell cares about a croissant being ham and melted cheese? Oh my gosh. You should always do this. You should open up a bakery.
3 ou 4 heures de route jusqu'à la frontière suisse, donc je pense que ça devrait aller.
C'est très
Nobody's
bien, on arriverait juste
thought
à
of a
temps pour
ham and cheese croissant.
didn't we have a Russian Super 8 camera?
Mon
It's
croissant
shot
préparé
in
qu'à moi,
black
peut-être
and
pas
white.
suffit.
Tu sais ce qu'il y a de meilleur qu'un croissant
I
farci?
shot whatever kind you
croissants
had.
farcis.
Film we had?
J'ai faim,
Yeah.
moi.
We gave that away, didn't we? We did. It still
C'est
worked.
juste, tu tournes à gauche.
Yeah, we just couldn't understand.
Russian.
Yeah.
Voilà, on est arrivé.
Where are you? Because I don't care. I wasn't watching. Where are they going? They said
not
it was
100%
3 to 4
sure.
hours away. This is called Cold Ground, right? I forgot.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Professor Herman.
Indeed, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Sorry we're late. We got lost on the way.
It's English
It's
now?
a small village and there were no signs. So.
It's true, there's not very much civilization out there. Pinewood is the last refuge before the mountains. But I'm glad you've arrived safely.
Thanks.
You must be David.
Yeah, it's me. Nice to meet you, Professor Herman.
Oh, please, call me Gunter. Can I help you with your bags?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's grab the stuff and get inside. It's bloody freezing.
Thank you for putting us up for the night.
I should be thanking you. This is a very unusual case. It's great that we've got media coverage. David, I have to apologise, I don't speak French. It's been embarrassing, really, for an English scientist working on the French-Swiss border. But at this English, we're not renowned for speaking languages. Je ne parle pas bien français. Come on in.
It's okay. David and I speak English.
Yeah, I understand English, but I'm sorry, I have a very bad accent.
Well, I can understand everything. This is a pretty cool place. We've got researchers
But,
from
okay,
Switzerland, France,
He
Germany.
should have opened with, hey, sorry, I don't speak
We've been
French.
collecting samples now for
Because
over a
they've
week.
just been speaking in
We set up this
English.
self-sufficient research camp. It's up in the mountains. We're trying to find out why there's been a drop of temperature and a microclimate in this particular area.
But do you think it has anything to do with the cattle disappearance?
I do, yes. I mean, the problem with these unusual weather conditions is that sometimes it can actually affect even the other side of the mountain. It can alter the environment completely.
Like a climate anomaly? Is that why people were talking about this virus spreading?
You've heard about the virus? Well, the problem is the glacier's melting, and yet the temperature's remaining abnormally low, especially on one of the sites, just over here. We've discovered this new bacterial strain. Now, it's very different from any other bacteria we've seen on the glacier. It's the same species, that's for sure, but it has a minor difference, and it's mutating fast. We just don't know what it is yet. Now, we think it might be a new virus developing as the glacier's melting, and they're saying now that it could be extremely contagious, especially when the temperatures are really low.
And this new virus is infecting the animals?
There's no proof that the bacteria is actually harmful. But what if the animals had inhaled it a while ago without us knowing?
And this bacteria made them disappear?
The guys in the camp there doing everything they can to find out why they're having these disappearances. Have you heard about the horse carcass?
Yeah, it's scary. So
Wait.
the criminal act suspicions hasn't been ruled out then? What do the experts think?
Discovery of the horse carcass, I don't think has anything to do with our case or our studies. I just think it's one of those isolated cases.
Wait. So they're trying to
Where's the
set up.
others? When's the rest of the team coming?
They're trying to set up
They were supposed to
the
be
backstory of
We haven't been able to get in touch with them.
where
We can't establish any radio contact with the base.
werewolfism comes from.
Melissa, David, let me introduce
Is
you
a
to
bacteria
He's a
of
police
a
investigator from Colorado.
Nice to meet you,
bacteria
To meet you.
David.
of glacier.
Bacteria of the soul.
Just
Wait.
in time for dinner, my
Bacteria of a
Good.
glacier
Yeah.
that is melting, but for some reason it's getting colder
Yes, very nice.
outside.
Cool.
So this bacteria is turning things into werewolves,
About the case.
and these
French
werewolves
Yeah,
are
that's our
causing
first
the
big case.
climate to stay
We wanna
cold.
collect as many reports
And the
as possible.
bacteria thrives in
What are you
cold
gonna do
weather.
there if there's no one to interview in the refuge?
We're about to have an
That's a
ice
good point.
age that melts everything.
Looks like
That's basically what it's saying. Are you kidding me?
For some bizarre reason, something must be keeping them up there. And as the radio's not working, we can't contact them anymore. And we don't know if they've decided to come back without even telling us, which could be the case, or whether they've decided to stay up there and wait for supplies.
Supplies.
Yeah, there's a helicopter that makes a supply run every 2 weeks, food, provisions, shuttles people back and forth.
You know, she's supposed to be French,
Last run
but
was 4 days
her
ago. Pilot said
accent
everything
is
was
very
fine at that
English
point.
when she
A few of the
talks.
scientists were supposed to
English.
be back a few days ago. The pilot said that there was nothing
Some
really
people
unusual.
have different
We really lost
accents.
contact
I mean,
with
look
them.
at they talk
Okay, so
fluent,
why
like
are we
well
they're coming back then?
It's
other
already been 4
languages.
days.
You know,
Only takes a day to get up there in a Jeep. All the Jeeps are up there. Should have been back by
You're
now.
leaving for the camp tomorrow, aren't you?
Right? No.
He's taking an English biologist and the mountain guide,
Daniel.
Daniel, right. So what we'll do is we'll give you some of the extra parts for the radio.
Or
It's
do you think that these people
cold
are
up there.
all
Maybe the circuits
American?
frozen.
pretending to be all these things.
Maybe we could follow? We could shoot some pretty nice footage on the way?
Well, okay. Happy to have you along.
How long does it take to get up there?
I don't know, it's about 3 or 4 days, isn't it?
3 days.
Yeah.
And are you sure it's safe?
Very safe.
Blake, Daniel, they can take the tents. You're obviously going to have to camp up in the cold, windy mountains.
I'm still pondering that one.
No, you'll be fine. A few days in the snow, a few nights, no big deal. Now, winter
Her
coats
accent
can you-
doesn't
Okay.
fool me none.
Anybody care for some Swiss cheese?
Yeah.
Sure.
Another
J'espère que ça va pas être trop fatigant parce que
It's only been 5 minutes.
Vidéo.
probably 10.
Je te relayerai, moi, si tu veux. On pourra donner un ton mission de sauvetage au reportage. Et on posera des questions au guide de montagne.
En tout cas, je sais pas s'ils ont des douches là au camp, mais dans le doute, je pense qu'il faut qu'on prenne une bonne douche chaude demain matin, toi et moi.
I mean, your French is pretty good. You sold me on the. I speak French.
already.
But your accent
Sleep well?
in English is way English.
First day of hiking.
Not
we got
French.
a good one ahead of us today. Morning.
Good morning.
Blake. Bonjour.
I'm Lauriane.
Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Blake. Daniel.
Bonjour.
Daniel
Hello.
Olbert.
Lauriane.
Hein, je serai votre guide jusqu'au site.
Melissa.
Ok, très bien. On y va? On a un petit peu de route à faire. Hein. J'espère que vous êtes bien équipés contre le froid. Vous me suivez et puis tout se passera bien.
Shouldn't we
Yeah,
be
he's
roped
French.
up?
Non, c'est pas la peine, on va pas faire d'escalade, on va passer par la forêt sur le flanc est. C'est plus long mais c'est plus sûr. Vous me suivez, hein, vous marchez derrière moi et tout se passera bien. You just walk behind me.
Alright, this might be a French movie. But they're speaking in English accents, so they're trying to sound
Wow.
more American
Detective Turner.
Yeah.
to
What's an
appease to
investigator
American
doing
audiences,
in the French mountains.
and thus can't do that fully 100%.
Similar cases of animal disappearances.
No, they
in the
have.
West over the past 10
That
years.
guy's American.
I've been investigating the Snippy case happened in Colorado in '67. I don't suppose you ever heard of it. Ever heard of Snippy case?
No, what is the Snippy case?
Or he's just speaking really
Snippy was a
really
horse
slow.
who went missing. His owners saw he hadn't eaten his daily rations. They found him a quarter-mile away from the ranch. Skin, hide on his shoulders, neck, skull.
Because usually they
been
go
torn
country.
off. His skull was cleanly exposed. It was terrible.
He's not country.
Bushes around the carcass.
Talking about a
Found it
ranch.
flattened. Found his mane about 50 yards off.
They're talking about a ranch. That's just
So,
part I'm of the just conversation. saying. I think he's trying to go a
any
little.
conclusion yet. The investigation is still ongoing.
Actually, all the blood, organs, cerebrospinal fluids, and brain tissues were all gone.
Damn.
The full autopsy conducted 1 month later was inconclusive.
Is that really her hair?
The forensics said
She
there
looks
was
like Velma.
nothing particularly odd about all the organs being gone. Well, could be scavengers. For him, the blood just coagulated and the brain tissues decomposed naturally. I just love that case.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, you know, there was
This was all overdubbed.
butchered horse carcass found in the area a few days ago.
Yeah.
Do you think it died in the same conditions as this Snippy case?
I conducted the autopsy and I found some similarities with Snippy.
Really?
Yeah, there were signs of infection on the left flank of the horse, just like Snippy had. And the skin next to the shoulder had been sectioned. I guess someone
You
got
can
out
tell
of
that
the fridge
because
to put an end to his
when
agony.
she turns away from the camera, there should be some kind of depth of noise of different differentials Right. of the audio, but there is none. It sounds crystal clear. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. A Super 8 camera doesn't have audio collecting on it. No, it doesn't. So how are they collecting audio? Another recorder?
Ça va, David?
Ça va, ça va.
You say, "Are you David?" He goes, "Yes, I am."
Hey, Lauriane. Hey. You're a biologist specializing in animal biology, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
She lost her accent.
I've never kept with plants or cell biology. My thing is definitely zoology and animal physiology. But I'm also interested in
So she
neuroscience
is
and ecology.
Pretending to be French.
Do you think this is a criminal case then?
Well, it's highly likely.
Pretending to be English.
Snippy's carcass was
had
examined
that
by a private vet.
England accent.
He said that Snippy had been shot and then threw himself on barbed wires. Same might have happened here. Human intervention. Be careful.
You've already passed it by that point.
Pretty obvious in 67, but they were never really able to explain why there were no traces around the carcass.
Do you think, little green men did it?
We might have something there. I've seen some pretty strange cases of animal mutilation these past 10 years. Last year, Copper Cove, Texas. Locals say they saw a bright orange flashing light near the spot where they found a mutilated calf.
Great horned flashing light?
30-yard circumference around the calf. The vegetation was flattened as if it was been blown flat by a jet engine or rocket
Is this
engine.
really what we're watching?
Then
These
there
people
were
just
other
walking through the woods,
flattened leaf
talking about
shapes in the
things that's supposed to be
vegetation around
scary?
that area. Very, very odd.
Yeah, I heard about that. Same year.
This is more interesting.
The cow was found dead in an area of flattened vegetation. The neck was
Ah.
broken, external organs had been removed.
Ah!
The navel had been cut out. But
I like watching the back of people's heads.
Okay, on va faire une pause.
Okay, let's take a break.
Get this thing off me.
Posez-vous un peu.
How many?
Besoin d'aide?
Yeah.
Who was the guy with the glasses that didn't speak English? Or that only spoke English? Wasn't he going with him?
No.
Didn't he say he was going with him?
Avec ces températures, c'est l'alcool, votre meilleur ami.
Thanks. Cheers.
I don't know how people like pass little flasks like that around, and they're like this. They tilt it all the way up, and they're like, "Oh god." By the way, there's only like 4 shots in a flask.
Yeah.
So it's like
Et vous,
sip,
Daniel, qu'est-ce que vous pensez de tout
pass,
ça?
sip. It's like if you
J'en
turn
pense.
all the way upside down, it's all
Il se
gone.
passe des choses pas nettes dans le coin.
Yeah,
et
you-
j'ai pas
you
envie de
drank it
mêler
all.
à ça.
Mêlé à quoi? Vous pensez que tout ça est l'œuvre d'une conspiration?
Pas mal de bêtes ont disparu dans la région.
Unless it's
Celles qu'on a
like
retrouvées ont
like a
quelques
hamster
étages, j'ai pas
little
du
thing,
tout envie de
where
finir pareil.
you only get a little bit, a tiny bit. You're like,
Vous qui connaissez la région, est-ce que vous pensez qu'il pourrait s'agir d'une secte, tout crime rituel?
J'en sais rien.
could be ritual
C'est sûr, c'est que ça
sacrifices.
peut pas être
So
l'œuvre
what you're
d'un
saying is
seul
a
fou,
cult
plusieurs
travels
comme ça.
3 days
Dans le
all the way up here to do a ritual sacrifice and then comes back.
It's getting cloudy.
That's a 6-day ordeal. Period.
On va s'arrêter là pour la nuit.
I was
Doubt
staying
it.
here for the night.
Yeah, seems
I doubt it.
Good. I can't feel my feet.
Here's the thing that
anymore.
bothers me.
Know what you
That
mean.
guy
On va
stopped
planter
and
les
said,
tentes en contrebas là-bas.
"It's getting cloudy,"
On sera à
and then the
couvert.
guy who's French right now goes, in French, "All right, we'll stop here for the night." If he can understand English, then why isn't he speaking any of it? Why is he only speaking French?
Vous devriez garder vos gants, David. Moins de petites coupures par ce froid, ça
I don't buy that these guys know how to put up a tent.
Tiens, prends tes
They're
gants.
actors.
Ça, tu fais
They don't know how to put up a
protéger les
tent.
mains. Il fait froid.
I don't care if an actor is say he is like PhDs and everything, right? As soon as he becomes an actor, he forgot everything. Okay.
You know what they also don't realize?
Je dormirai dans l'autre avec Blake.
If you've ever
suis désolé,
worked
les
with
amoureux,
film
mais peut-être
in
à toi,
any
dans la tente,
form
peut-être.
or fashion, you cannot shoot.
Le plus important en tout cas,
You are going to have blinding light
c'est de jamais laisser
in order
vos
to
pieds en
shoot
contact direct avec le
that
sol, d'accord?
right there.
Je vous
It would
conseille
have
de mettre un
so
vêtement
much
sur vos
grain
chevilles
in
pour essayer de les
this
isoler,
footage
sur
right
le duvet.
now.
Malgré la tente,
If you're
malgré
trying
le
to
matelas.
say this is
Oh
anything.
yeah, look at old '70s movies. They're so like indie film grainy '70s movies because they don't have enough lighting. It's so
And they're
grainy.
lighting this with like a flashlight.
Yeah. So obviously this is digital.
Yeah, you would have had to make this super, super grain. And people go, "Oh wow, this is so real."
On ne connaît pas encore les effets que peut provoquer ce genre de produit, donc essayez d'éviter le contact avec la peau. Hein. Apparemment, c'est sans nocivité, mais on ne sait jamais. Faut les glisser simplement dans vos vêtements, vous les mettez sous vos chaussettes. Ça va vous réchauffer.
Oh, c'est comme une petite bouillotte magique.
By the way, those things
Vraiment génial.
aren't that great.
Attendez,
No.
Elle
servez-vous.
est chaude.
But he's right.
J'en ai assez
I
pour tout le
mean,
monde pendant le
yeah,
voyage.
you're not supposed to touch them to your skin. I do because
They don't get that
Chauffe-toi,
hot.
Tao, ça
No.
sert vraiment à rien, ces températures là. Elles refroidissent trop vite.
That's a little known thing that people don't realize. Hot water. If you have hot water, it's quicker for it to turn cold than if you had like lukewarm water or just like regular like
Pinewood.
regular temperature water. It actually takes longer for it to get boiling.
Yeah, because
or cold.
It's transferring. It goes from hot to cold faster. Think of like air currents. And everything.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that he said that was actually smart.
But he said it in French, so I'm not reading it. I refuse to read.
Good night. I hope that will warm us up. It's only the first night and I'm already freezing.
Sure, that flask is. It's a bitch to fill up a flask. Am I wrong on that? It really is. I've tried it.
No.
That's what they call it, that camp up there.
Why?
You need a funnel.
Because that's the coldest place in the mountain. Nobody knows why, but the ground there is frozen all the time. And recent soil samples indicate really, really low temperatures
Yeah,
for this
that had
season.
nothing in it. She tilted it
Where you, David,
completely
turned that
upside
camera
down,
off.
and you just did a
Because
little
with that
sip right
cold,
there. No, there
your
ain't nothing in
batteries
there.
are gonna die like that.
Yeah, true. Tiens, prends un peu de ça.
I love it when people take a swig, but they don't do it right. Look, if I got liquid in my mouth, I don't just go, yeah, and start talking. I swallow. Okay.
Yeah, like
My mouth is clean.
I'm talking blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, we can do it. No, if you actually take a sip, you can't talk right after.
No,
Telling
give
you
it
that.
that second.
What's wrong?
Go back to sleep.
Cold
probably
mountain.
Why do you have a
The
camera on,
mountain's full of life,
a light on?
Just
And the audio on. You also have your audio boom. you got
the boom mic guy right there.
Because remember, film cameras don't have that.
Yeah, you got a Super 8 camera right now.
So this guy is like this. With everything.
He's always awake. He's in the sleeping bag.
He has a 4K light with him. One of those big tungstens.
Morning. Bonjour, c'est okay.
Because he's the lighting guy as well.
Yeah, kind of hard to sleep in with the cold getting you, huh?
I can imagine he looks like a Ghostbuster with the backpack. He's like,
Everybody's like, stepping back from him.
On a pas mal de chemin à faire aujourd'hui, il faudrait qu'on se mette en route pas trop tard, d'accord?
all right,
Bien
what's
sûr, pas
going
de
on?
soucis.
It's really snowing. They're really out there. They're not happy.
Yo. They have an infinity lens on it. Or at least a lens that allows to the infinity. And that's why they can hit everything and move close and forward. But I mean, the infinity works because what it does is it just kind of adds a little bit of a haze to everything. It's fine, but
nothing ends up being crisp.
nothing's crisp, and it's just
do that.
meh to look at.
Ça appartient à quel animal, ça?
Unless, of course, you
Could've done it
shoot
during the night.
the Revenant and you have a
looks awfully like a
$400,000
deer,
lens.
That's why I
Now
left
it's
it.
crisp anywhere you go.
Well, I mean, they actually like focused the infinity lens. They didn't actually put it to the infinity where everything's in focus. There's a difference.
I guarantee you this is a broken one. Lens with the infinity.
You think?
There's how blurred things are.
Holy shit. Blurred. Sure, it's just not the quality of the DVD.
What I miss? More walking?
You're not gonna grab me one?
I'm missing the movie.
You're missing. You haven't missed the thing. Bird, we got a bird out of focus. We got an out of. Oh, it's gone. You missed the out of focus.
I missed
bird.
the only cool thing. It's not the back of people's heads.
No, for some reason everybody's out of focus. Constantly.
You know what it is? I know why people are out of focus. Look, because that guy was in focus.
Yeah,
Somebody bopped the focus.
He's got it focused close to
Somebody
him.
botched this whole focus.
Yeah.
Bunny.
Right? See that? Nothing's in focus.
Somebody saw the rabbit and said, "Oh my god, production value."
What's your thought about this
Those two are
bacteria
folks
strain in
right there.
Glacier?
Well, there might be a virus strain up there. But I do believe this bacteria is harmless. I mean, a little bacterial anomaly cannot mutilate an animal like that.
That's what I'm here to find out.
Did the French government pay for you to come here, or did you come by your own means out of curiosity?
Yeah, a little of both. They helped. But
There better be one hell of a werewolf at the end of
It's
this.
kind of personal to me.
The most realistic werewolf ever.
Yeah, because their budget went nowhere else.
Of course.
What do you think their budget might have been for this? If they had $1,000 budget.
First of all, just so you know, we're walking through the same places we just walked through.
Yeah.
It's just hazy and cloudy. Notice the trail is still there.
Yeah, look. You see the footprints where they just walked. That or it's like the third take. Either way, if they had $1,000 budget,
On va prendre du retard dans l'expédition.
they're paying the actors outside of paying the actors. Okay, let's say none of them got paid. You could have a pretty damn good werewolf suit for $1,000.
Il n'y aura aucune visibilité, ça sert à rien de progresser à l'aveuglette. We stop here for today.
Okay, boss.
If a blizzard's coming, don't you hide underneath a
Oh god, freezing my butt.
Tree. Of course, so the snow will come down and branches and stuff might crush you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to end this movie. You ruined my joke.
Vous insultez mon professionnalisme, jeune fille.
Non, c'est pas ça, c'est juste que je m'inquiète.
Vous inquiétez pas. Je connais ces montagnes par cœur et j'ai tout ce qu'il faut pour vous mener à bon port. La neige, le froid, ça change rien, le chemin est toujours le même. Enfin, il y aura 50 cm de neige en plus, mais c'est tout. Tout ce que vous avez à faire, c'est vous reposer, et surtout réchauffer vos pieds et vos mains, d'accord?
Et qu'est-ce qui se passe si on n'arrive pas à réchauffer ses pieds?
Vous perdez progressivement la sensibilité de vos membres, donc votre peau devient cyanosée et ça crée des gelures.
Mais c'est pas grave. Ça se soigne, rassurez-moi.
En cas d'exposition trop prolongée au froid, votre peau peut se nécroser, et dans ce cas-là, les blessures atteignent les muscles et les os, et il faut amputer. Mais non, vous craignez rien, on sera arrivé là-haut bien avant que vos membres s'engourdissent, rassurez-vous.
If somebody has to hack somebody's leg off because of necrosis, I'll give it to this movie. I'll like it. Because that's what I would write.
Yeah, I would give this movie a huge pass if it becomes like this gory, insane, like you don't know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, if it becomes crazy as shit, I would be so excited. But we did get this in a little 4-pack.
Melissa, tell me, how long have you been working as a journalist?
Well, I graduated last year, and David's been doing this for 2 years already.
Well done. Your cameraman's surely good looking.
Yeah. Well, we've been together for 5 years, and I couldn't
Why is
bring
the
you a
camera
better
blinking?
colleague.
And no
I don't
sound
even think
then.
the cameraman
No,
knows.
we're working with the best
That's why they
equipment.
just kept it in.
We're shooting with this new audio camera,
Okay.
so no need to record the sound separately.
Great.
Hey, Lorianne, come take a look. I found something up here.
You're not gonna look at that tree? That tree is awesome. You found the coolest goddamn tree in the entire world.
They zoomed in on purpose
What the hell kind of animal
for the
did
reveal.
this?
C'est peut-être un lynx. En tout cas, ça m'étonnerait que ce soit un loup, il n'y en a pas dans le coin.
Ça pourrait être un ours.
Can we just
Possible.
recognize how cool that tree was?
Normalement, ils hibernent à cette
It was like
période.
ripped apart in different areas.
Look at that. That gash in
Man,
the
I would.
flank.
I'd make a
Huge.
movie just about
Very
that
sharp
tree.
object made that, or sharp claws.
Claws.
Skull's been scalped clean.
Do birds of prey do that?
No, we're up too high. And
Fake
cuts are
or
too
real?
precise. Cuts on the scalp too. Brain's still
There's
intact.
so much
Get a pic-
snow
get a
on
picture
it.
of that.
Yeah. It's frozen.
I think they
You
just
got
got a
the
real one that was
radioactive
dead.
detector.
I think that's the cheapest
EMF,
outcome right
exactly.
there.
Do you think it'll show signs of radioactivity?
Yeah, well, I found some around Snippy's remains, 0.5%.
How is that possible?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. A low radioactive reading. I can't tell if it's coming from the animal or the ground.
I can't believe it. A dead radioactive cow in the middle of nowhere.
It's not a cow.
This cow.
Allez, on continue comme ça sur 3 km et puis on va faire
That's
la
a
pause.
deer.
De toute façon, on a bien marché aujourd'hui, on a rattrapé le retard d'hier.
Couldn't stray from the script, huh?
I can't tell.
Dude, that's a deer.
Could be a tiny cow.
That's a deer.
It's a really tiny cow if it was a cow.
On va pas prévenir le camp ou pas une autre, on a retrouvé une vache disparue.
J'ai essayé d'établir une communication avec Gunther tout à l'heure. C'est toujours impossible de joindre les autres là-haut. J'ai essayé hier soir mais ça marche pas, ça doit être la neige, les arbres, je sais pas. En plus, la réception de mon talkie est faible à cause de l'altitude. C'est à courte portée.
Lorianne, what do you say we take that cow down with us on our way back down?
I don't think so.
It was a
By
deer.
the time we get back, it will be covered in snow, eaten by
You're
foxes.
right.
The only working material
biologist.
we have now are
I know
pictures I
that deer.
took, I'm afraid.
See it.
Pictures and your film.
You're right.
Anyway, I was looking forward to carrying it up on my back. Here, up you go.
You know, if you really wanted to zoom in,
Daniel à Pinewood.
he's going like
Daniel
this.
à Pinewood.
But you do know those cameras, like he's doing the quick zoom in, zoom out. This is the zoom in to zoom out that he's using is like a mini DV, like click, click,
Honestly,
kind
Daniel,
of
I
thing.
don't think you're gonna
Yeah,
have any
they
luck
didn't
with
have
that
those way
walkie-talkie up here in the trees. Best thing is morning, get up to cold ground. We'll use their radio to call down the Pinewood.
Pensez qu'on pourra prendre une douche chaude demain?
Bien sûr. Heureusement. Par ces températures, la douche chaude, c'est obligatoire pour tout le monde. Hein. Il y a 4 grosses tentes là-haut avec une petite cabine de douche improvisée. Bon, c'est un peu rudimentaire, mais comparé à cette petite expédition, ça va nous faire le plus grand bien.
Whatever you say, boss.
You think a cult?
That is empty, and it's been empty.
Well, you'd have to be totally out of your mind to do such things to poor defenseless animals. But in most cases, the wounds are cauterized and the mutilation are extremely precise, so it can't be the work of an animal.
I also heard about these uranium mines and nuclear tests up north.
How could that have not been the work of an animal?
An explanation of all this?
With all the waste they've been burying, I mean, no wonder Mother Nature's retaliating. Animal life's precious, you know.
Is that a cut?
And man tend to forget about that.
It had to have been. Do they realize how much film somebody would have to bring in order to do this? A little roll like this is like 90 minutes. Nobody's filming all of this.
Constantly, no.
Like, you would have to have a backpack. If you're gonna do like this constant shit, you'd have to have a backpack the size of this couch of rolls of film.
For 3 days worth of film, yeah.
Venez voir. Il y a des traces d'animaux là, par ici. Venez voir, je sais pas ce que c'est. Vous pouvez me dire ce que c'est, vous?
Effectivement, c'est assez gros. La largeur est conséquente. Ça pourrait être un ours, et je sais pas, c'est difficile à dire. Normalement, les ours bruns hibernent à cette période de l'année, mais bon. C'est vrai qu'avec les bouleversements climatiques, certains sortent maintenant pour aller chercher de la nourriture. Et peut-être avec l'activité humaine aussi dans la vallée, ça bouleverse le cycle des animaux. Je sais pas, c'est sûrement un ours, ouais.
David, viens filmer ça, j'ai trouvé quelque chose.
Why are they out looking for stuff? I don't know. We didn't hear any noises.
C'est quoi ça? C'est une bête sauvage qui a laissé ça?
If we are in danger here, there are bears, there are wolves, if our lives are in danger, I said we go back in the tents, we just shut the fuck up for the night. No one wants to get eaten by an animal.
It's human. What? It's human remains.
You're right. What the hell could have done that?
How could you tell?
She's a biologist. She
my
knows
God.
instantly.
Shit. This is now officially a criminal investigation.
We find a torn apart
Who are
cow
you?
on a human's jaw. We really need to call the police now.
Okay, first thing in the morning, when we get up to the camp, we get on the horn, we call local officials, get a search party going. This is a lot more serious
Why
than
does he have a
mutilated
plastic
cat.
bag just with it?
Daniel a pas une mood. Daniel a pas une mood.
He's got that tucked away in his jacket right here.
Sensational footage.
I carry plastic bags with me all the time.
Every day, all day.
Do you copy?
C'était quoi ça?
Your walkie-talkie doesn't work here in the forest. I already told you.
Très bien. Ok, tout le monde retourne dans sa tente, c'est pour votre
But
sécurité.
that guy is a
d'accord?
world-class traveler.
Yeah, and he goes up and down this thing all the time.
Dans
he
les
knows.
tentes. Allez, allez.
He knows what will work and what won't. Not you. First time you've been doing this. We got enough time for B-roll.
At this point in time, people's noses would be like runny and annoying. I would capture all of that. People.
You'd have everybody would be pale with like little red spots every now and then.
Look, it's the same thing we just saw.
Look at that.
No footprints, no animal tracks. How the hell did it get here? Completely skinned. It's pretty recent to me.
Yeah.
First a bone, then a cow, then a human jaw. What the fuck is going on?
Allez, il faut finir l'ascension, il reste 1 heure de marche. On est presque arrivé, come on, we're almost there.
Good.
Let's go.
That's about time. Sick of climbing. This is exhausting.
Courez! Descendez la pente! Vite! Courez, run!
Avalanche? Did this movie put an avalanche?
They're not running. They literally just shook the camera. Like they haven't moved at all. Oh, that's such bad CG.
You could easily just, like, cut that part out of the film.
What they could have done is literally just take the camera, turn, quick, run. You hear the boom, boom, boom coming, and then they look, and then you just have the camera jostled with the people, just like spin the camera.
But they needed the money shot.
Do they also understand how these cameras work? It doesn't just keep running. You hold a button. So the person who's been like,
I tape my finger down. I never stop.
Get the snow off of me.
And usually, Super 8 cameras, they're not, they're wind up. So you have to wind it up, and they only shoot for minutes. Up to 10 minutes.
Are you telling me these people did not watch the movie Super 8
You're gonna pull you up. Gotta pull you out of the
to
snow.
see how the kids did it?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Does it hurt? Can you walk?
Ma cheville.
What do you say? What do you say?
My ankle.
What do you say? Thank you.
Hold me! Hold me! There we go. Up.
But
Slowly.
they would all be like digging each other out of the snow, not on top of the snow.
Yeah, he's just sitting on top of the snow.
Yeah, everything's fine.
I'm really worried about what we're gonna see at the Wolf.
Probably CGI. Maybe not even a wolf, just like the fake teeth that you'd get at a Party City. Yeah. Halloween store.
That was hell. I can't believe you're still here
Did
filming.
she have glasses?
Walking warms me up.
Or am I just thinking of Velma?
But I should be fine.
It's amazing that the camera
She looks
survived.
too much like Velma.
Too bad Daniel wasn't so lucky.
It's just tragic. You really need
This
to get
is the
to
Scooby
curb.
Gang without the dog.
Poison still.
Stop. People, honestly, I've lost my bearings. I'm not sure where we are. The avalanche changed the topography. I don't know this forest. But listen, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna keep heading up this way. If we don't find the camp in an hour, we're gonna set up tent. Daniel had the other tent and the rest of the gear, but I've got enough.
Well, apparently
provisions
somebody
for
went
the
that
night.
way. You should
So
go
don't
that
worry
way.
about
You're
it.
saying that we lost 10,000 feet up in the
That's what
mountain
I'm
and
saying.
you don't know where the
That's
camp
what
is?
I'm saying. But we'll be fine. We're just gonna head up north this
Wait,
way and
look! I think we found it.
What?
So what do we do now?
the camp is gone, but not everything's lost. The avalanche covered our tracks back down, but we're gonna follow the stream.
We couldn't see that from afar because it wasn't there. We had to have that
We're gonna set
little
up the tent under the trees and
cut
we'll spend the night here.
of them staring at the ground.
David, you need to warm up, especially with your ankle injury.
There's nothing left to eat and drink.
Yeah, and that wasn't even on the same day that they did all that dialogue or anything like that. That was just cut-ins
Empty your mind of all thoughts.
that they staged
Concentrate
later.
on someplace warm.
Like a desert island on a beach in a hot sun.
That's right.
Kill to be on the beach right now. My toes in the warm sand. Oh, this bloody
I don't believe you guys are cold because nobody's nose is running.
The
No,
explosion.
nobody has red right here, right here.
You'd have a super red nose.
The ice.
You'd be super flush.
Pale.
What was that? Something pushed me outside. What are you doing?
Check.
Are you crazy? No.
Je veux pas laisser partir Blake tout seul. Reste à l'intérieur de la tente, tu bouges pas d'ici. Vous bougez pas.
Reviens, s'il te plaît.
Yeah, who's like recording?
Who's hitting the record button?
Nope.
They
taped
taped that
it.
shit down. I thought you taped somebody's finger down.
Yeah,
They just taped that button down.
No, the boom mic guy. We cut his finger off. Taped it down.
Donne-moi le sac avec l'autre caméra.
The filmmakers here had no idea how to work cameras. I mean, they had somewhat of an idea how to do things.
What's going on?
Like, just filmmaking?
To film something. What? I don't know. They're crazy.
Well, they don't know anything about, like, older film.
You know, talking about older film, something interesting.
This would have been so white.
Something interesting. You know that in the abyss, the breathable water.
Yeah.
Ooh, dead guy. Or is it a chick? It's obviously fake. That breathable water. They you could use it on.
Do you have a gun?
You could use it on animals, but at the time it was not able to be used on humans. So
No, it was
no.
able, but no, only like 2 people in the world have ever done it.
But
So when they put the other guy in it,
he couldn't do it.
he was afraid.
No. They said they said that he physically was not qualified to do it because it wasn't tested yet on humans.
But
and
he did
safely.
it, and
No,
it
he
was so
didn't.
painful.
No, he didn't. I watched the production thing. He didn't. Actually, he held his breath the entire time during that scene. I just watched a thing, a documentary on that.
Well, see, I watched a documentary where it showed behind the scenes or something, and he said that it was that when he did it and everything, he was in so much pain because it was actually painful and stuff, and that was like actual fear and everything that was going through it.
Well, the documentary I just watched was The Critical Drinker, and it was production hell, and it was his thing he just did 5 days ago. And they said he held his breath the entire time because it was, it was.
But that was like a
that stuff
3-minute
was-
scene.
Wait, what?
I don't know, something came in.
So that guy came to life, and then a werewolf jumped and attacked him. So the zombie came up, and the werewolf killed the zombie.
We have no weapons. We're gonna die here.
We gotta keep moving. I don't know what that thing was.
Well, goodbye, Velma.
Kill the light.
I hope this movie's almost over.
We're there. Our tracks from last night.
That Harris did not actually breathe the fluid. He held his breath inside a helmet full of liquid while being towed 30 feet below the surface of the large tank.
Yeah. Held his breath the entire time. Did you know, did you know,
Fast.
Lorianne.
who's the filmmaker?
James Cameron?
James Cameron. Did you know he almost died on set? Oh, I'll tell you this. It's more epic than this movie. So he's under. They filled up. There was 150,000 gallons of water. He was underneath, right? He was tethered, but he didn't know that his oxygen tank, because he was setting up for the next scene. He didn't know his oxygen tank was empty. And so when it started becoming empty, he was like, "Oh crap! What do I do? What do I do?" He tried the radio for help, right? But the guy who was on the other side of the radio, his eardrums were blown out and everything, so he's deaf, right? And everything, so he couldn't hear the radio. So when he was radioing, finally he goes, "Forget this!" Took off all his stuff, started swimming up, right? Well, while he was swimming up, he had to swim up 30 feet. While he was doing that, a diver saw him, and the security diver swam down and tried to grab him and started giving him his oxygen tank. But his oxygen hose was actually broken, and so it was when he was putting it on his face, it was actually shooting water down his throat. And so James Cameron was fighting against him, and he thought he was the diver thought he was dying and stuff. So he was shoving it more into his face and stuff. So much so that James Cameron had to punch him in the face to get him to be released, right? And then he swam up. Did you know he said he was just out of consciousness when he finally got to the surface, and he said. Within a couple of hours, he was right back to shooting, and both people who, like the other guy off on the other walkie and the diver, were both fired. And James Cameron went straight back to filming.
James Cameron, the greatest pioneer.
But he almost died right there.
Drink out of the stream. When we get down, we're gonna have a nice dinner. I promise.
Yeah. Roast lamb with potatoes and mushrooms. Piping hot. It'll be so hot we'll burn our mouths.
Yeah,
Why are you so happy right now after 2 people just got murdered?
What do you think it was last night, Blade?
What do I think? I don't know. In high altitude, there are a lot of strange creatures. It's so isolated here. Is this Switzerland or France, you think?
I don't know.
Maybe it's Bigfoot.
What's Bigfoot?
It's a creature living in the forests in North America. Something like the abominable snowman or the Yeti. Some people say it's real, some people say it's a legend.
Well, what we saw yesterday was real, and it was a carnival.
Yeah. A lot of freaky creatures living up here.
But they said James Cameron
Let me
is
back.
a huge stickler on. He'll spend
I think we walked
6
long enough
hours
out of
just to
its
get the right
territory.
shot. One
It's a
shot.
nocturnal creature. That's
He's
for
like,
sure.
it has to be
That's
perfect.
why no one's seen it before.
A werewolf.
Some guy
No.
was on one of his sets and
I don't
said
believe in
he
fairy
was
tales.
he was there for 5 months.
Do you think that
And you know
beast
how many
provoked
days
the
he shot?
avalanche? And that
Maybe
explosion
30
before?
days.
It's a 6-month shoot, yeah.
Frankly, it doesn't matter.
He was
now.
really just
All
sitting
that
there
matters is getting
waiting
you two back
for
safe.
James Cameron to get
The sooner
ready
we
for
get
the
walking,
shot.
The sooner we get down there.
They would shoot like 16-hour days,
And you're gonna owe me some
but
rest, man.
they would have
Gotta get
16-hour days, and yet all James
Yeah.
Cameron would do is
Some hot cocoa.
he was setting up the shot
Warm
so much
croissant.
that they would only shoot maybe half
I'm
of
gonna hold
that
you to it.
a day.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Wow.
Thanks.
So, when the one girl, the main girl in there, she was soaking wet, topless, and being slapped and pounded in the chest and everything.
10
the
hours.
camera ran out of film at one point, and so she stormed off the set yelling, "We are not animals!"
Oh yeah. Oh, you should
Ed
watch.
Harris ended up crying hysterically at one point.
Oh yeah, he had to pull off the side of the road as he was going home. Joe, you should watch The Critical Drinker on his production hell. They said that is the worst set ever. It is rated as the worst set conditions and everything that people had to be endured.
My kids are probably skipping out on church services right now. Okay.
But The Abyss is still a pretty good movie.
Concentrate on someplace warm. We're sitting in front of the fire.
You know we're not even paying attention to this movie, right?
When we get back down.
We're supposed to be watching this movie, Joe.
I wish. I hope his leg will be okay.
It'll be fine. I gotta go outside and get some wood to make a fire. Fuck, I don't have a lighter.
Do you know how to make sparks with stones?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I can do it.
Okay. I'll come with you.
You only have one flashlight.
T'es sûr?
Oui, il faut.
Alors prends la caméra dans ces cas-là.
Mais c'est pas le moment de filmer, je vais pas prendre la caméra.
Non mais... Il y a une lampe sur la caméra. C'est pour ça que je filme, ça permet d'éclairer.
Mais on peut pas éclairer sans filmer.
Normalement si, mais je sais pas, le mécanisme s'est enrayé et...
Ok. Tiens, mets ta jambe
Mais
là.
non, elle s'allume que... quand tu filmes.
Oh, come on.
On va te faire un jeu.
So they're saying, hey, the light on the camera is jammed, so you can't use the light unless you're actually filming, because it's jammed. So that's why they're still. That's why they're explaining why they're still filming
I got some wood
right now.
over here. You go find some stones. I'm gonna grab these branches.
I'm gonna look up Super 8 camera lights.
And you know what's stupid is, honestly, we don't know if that's a Super 8 camera, but they're saying that there was an opening that said, hey, look, they filmed with a Super 8. Pretending to be old, kind of.
This camera light is about that big. You can get for $10 right now. It's vintage.
What is this? What are we supposed to be seeing? What'd you see?
You gotta get out of here.
Is it supposed to be people that you know? Mutilated?
Melissa! Melissa, stop! Stop! Stop!
Calm down. Calm down. You're getting us lost. Take the camera. Take the camera.
You know one thing that I've noticed that's kind of funny?
Ken's back there.
The grain on the camera, where it was like, look, oh, now it started again. Having those little grains. It wasn't doing it.
Was he just pulled?
I don't know. He just fell out of frame.
He didn't like scream or anything? Ah! Nothing?
Oui, c'est ça. Je t'ai entendu crier. Blake, brûlé.
Ils l'ont attaqué. C'est pas juste une bête, c'est toute une meute.
Il faut aller chercher.
Non, ils sont là-bas, ils vont nous tuer.
Retourne te cacher dans la tente et fais plus aucun bruit. Et surtout, tu bouges pas avant que je revienne, ok? Laisse-moi là.
Non, s'il te plaît, il faut partir, reste avec moi.
Je dois le retrouver, il est peut-être encore en vie. Je reviens. Je te le promets.
That's dumb. It's okay. I got to go find him. No, you don't. She just said he was attacked. You saw people be murdered by the... Why would you think he's still alive? That's like saying, hey, I saw somebody just get shot in the head with a gun. Well, hey, let me go check and see if he's okay. He just got shot in the head with a gun. You gonna go check him? No. You're gonna go.
I've seen I Survived. I've seen people get shot in the head and they were like, oh, by the way, they survived.
Yeah, but what are the odds? Very slim.
Slim, but doesn't mean...
If it's
you know.
between life or death right now, where you can start leaving.
Well, keep in mind...
You're gonna leave that...
No,
yeah.
you're right. Keep in mind what I would do. Anybody who's, you know, dead, just... Like, he's not technically dead, is he? He's breathing.
Come on, get up, get up.
Oh, that's a bunch of CGI dogs. How is that safe?
It's not.
La seule manière de s'en sortir, c'est de marcher toute la journée et de trouver de l'aide avant la nuit.
Je sais pas si je pourrais te suivre.
Qu'est-ce que tu racontes, mon ange?
Mon petit gauche est foutu. J'ai l'impression que ça remonte le long de la jambe.
Le soleil va bientôt se lever. Ça va te réchauffer. On marchera à ton rythme et tu pourras t'appuyer sur moi. Quand tu seras arrivé, je te tords le trait.
Come on. They got out of that tent that quick. Even with the blackouts, it's showing the film grain.
Yes, it is.
To be honest, that's cold.
That was terrible ADR, and the sound effects. We have time for this. Your foot is getting gangrene, and you're both gonna die.
See, this is understandable if you were like this. But let's be honest here. No, you wouldn't be.
No.
Because you're not... It's not, like, important and imperative for you to make this video.
No. And you were... The only reason you were filming earlier is for the light. Why are you still filming? Hold on, sorry, I gotta rewind my camera. We're being hunted by werewolves. I gotta rewind this. That'd be so much fun. It'd be cold. It'd be fun. I don't hear. If you've ever walked through snow, you hear. It sounds like the snow is farting every single time. I don't hear any of that. No. That sounds like it. I don't hear it there. Anybody who's ever used a Super 8 camera would know it would sound like this. Bang! If you have the mic right on the camera. Yeah. Now I'll throw this out. When was this supposed to be made? Early. In the 70s, right? Yeah. 1982 is when home video came out. You could have a VHS in there. Might have been. Well, yeah. No, I'm just saying that they could have just made their movie a little bit. Yeah, but you needed a backpack with that and everything. They couldn't have done it. No, they couldn't have done it. But it would have been a little bit more believable if they said, "Oh, it's 1982, people. We're doing this with one of those big ass freaking cameras." Yeah. The home video cameras. I wonder if the filmmaker was like, "Oh, I can't wait. This is the part where everybody's going to be on the edge of their seat. I can't wait for everybody to start watching this part of the movie." By this part, you're going to be so invested with the characters and everything that you're going to be like, "What? No, he fell down! Oh my god!" It's like the movie The Road. That was a good one. That was a good movie. I don't. It'll take a long time for me to watch it again. Yeah. Even though we own it. It's just one of those movies. It's draining.
Dans ton sac. Tu pourras t'en servir. Garde juste bien
But
les copines avec toi. C'est important de garder une trace de ce qui nous arrive.
If The Road was a found footage movie, that would be bad.
On est ensemble, rien ne peut nous arriver.
Mm-hmm. This is good because it's a cinematic awesome. But it's not great. No, I'm just saying it had no cinematography wise. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And let me rebuttal. It's not great. No, the whole movie is not a great movie. It's a good movie though. Cinematography wise, some of those landscapes, just desolation and stuff, pretty good. But it's not. I'm gonna keep saying it that way. It's not great. Yeah, it could have been a better movie. Actually, the book was much better movie. It was only 2 minutes of walking at the end. Instead of where they for some reason, made it 30 minutes.
Tu dois le faire. Il y aura assez de temps pour stopper l'hémorragie. Tout va bien se passer. Il faut que tu le fasses. Ça va aller. Je vais m'en remettre. Mais si ça se propage, je vais perdre toute ma jambe.
Honestly, they're gonna cut his leg off. They're gonna try to cut his leg off right now?
Et on repartira demain, ensemble.
Who's running the camera?
Aide-moi.
First of all, who's running the camera?
Éclaire ma jambe.
Okay, they're gonna amputate the leg.
I want to see if it looks good. How are you gonna cut the leg off? What saws you got? Oh, I like how they laid him on purpose like that so he could hide his leg, and that's the fake leg. Oh, never mind. It's just the real leg right now. Oh, never mind. It might be the fake leg.
Yeah, well, it's not like his toes are moving.
Yeah, nothing's moving there.
And look, it's out of disproportion right there.
That's what I'm saying.
It would be broken if he has problem with this.
No, it's
You can't cut through bone that way. You can't cut through bone with that.
No, it is just his leg. This is not a fake leg. Because they're just putting fake blood over it. And she's not any deeper.
Is that it? Is that it? Oh, and that's the fake foot.
Yeah, that's the fake foot. You can see how much worse it is. It doesn't look real at all. What? You know, what? You would use that to hammer the knife.
And it's gonna cut your finger. Look, it closed. The knife closed. That wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't.
We don't care about believability in this fucking film. That wouldn't work. I'd believe it a little bit more if she like raised it up and just smashed it down. You don't have enough leverage. Slamming it with your freaking fist with a
Hey, look, it's cut
blood of knife.
clean. Look how clean that cut is.
And it ain't bleeding anymore. We didn't even tourniquet it.
So what is he gonna walk on the nub?
I don't know. I'm done with this film. I'm just done. Fuck this.
So like, what's the point? Literally, you could have left it until you eventually had to amputate the leg, and at least you could have still walked on it to get out.
You start standing up now. The blood's gonna rush to that spot, and it's just gonna be in pain.
He can't stand. What is he gonna do? Jeepers Creepers it?
You could stick a little piece of wood there. In the shoe.
Be a pirate? I got me a peg leg. Hey, you know what's really funny though? The camera's moving. Somebody's holding the camera. On a tripod. Hey, look, she flipped it off and it's still showing the grain.
Oh, that's cute. Why would you like turn on the camera just for that moment? Who thought this was a... I mean, I guess somebody thought this was a good idea. Who thought this was a good idea to watch? I mean, they're so fast, they can jump and blah blah blah, but they're not fast enough to catch her in the snow. Yeah, I would have just chased you down. Real quick. Gotcha. Get her. Just get her already. Can we end this? It should have been just one. It is just one guy. No, I'm saying it shouldn't have been a pack of them. They said it's a pack. Thank God I fell into a cave. Just me. This is a long movie. Is it, or does it just feel like a long movie?
Well, it feels like an hour ago we talked about James Cameron's The Abyss. Why are you looking straight up? Just to prove that we didn't fall down a cavern?
Yeah, you'd be looking at your feet. Make sure you don't fall into a hole. Never ending.
But if you look down at your feet, Michael, the problem is you're going to see the area where you're allowed to walk in Carlsbad Caverns. You're going to see the ropes.
You're right. You're right. That's a bat. Cute little bat. How you doing, little bat? I don't know why everybody's afraid of bats. Oh, there's so many of them. Look at the babies attached to the little guy.
You know how you know you didn't have a Super 8 camera there? Besides all the other things we pointed out.
That noise would scare all the bats.
And the light would be so bright, the bats would wake up.
We get it. Come on, just get the fuck on with the movie.
You're staring up. Yes, what are you looking for?
I wonder if the filmmaker, well, like say this was shown at a premiere.
I guarantee you the girl's not here.
Say the filmmaker was at a premiere, right? He's peeking around the curtain, watching the audience, watching this part of the movie, and he's like, "Are they enthralled?" And you just see people like picking their nose, just unhappy, or some people sleeping, and he's like, "Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want." Do you think the other part was the end? The other part was the end of his movie, and then he visited a cave, shot a couple things, and he decided to extend his movie?
I don't know.
Like, do you buy that's her hand?
I don't know what this black body thing is supposed to be.
Do you buy that that's her hair?
I buy that somebody cranked that shit up.
Yeah, that's not her hair. That was like, she's blonde.
It was very
Dirty
long
blonde.
black hair.
Yeah, she's dirty blonde.
What were you looking at?
Okay, there's the blonde hair.
Je m'appelle Mélissa Laroche. Ça fait 6 jours que je suis perdue dans la montagne. Toutes les personnes avec qui je suis partie sont mortes. Daniel, le guide, disparu dans une avalanche. Lauriane, Blake, et mon compagnon, David. Je suis dans cette grotte depuis des heures. Je trouve pas la sortie. Peut-être que je vais pas survivre. Je fais ce témoignage pour que...
Why don't you grab the camera? Camera ran with her. Wouldn't it just grabbed her? She's super fast.
Yeah, how would you know where you're running?
Especially looking up.
Oh, luckily you found the way out. Good job.
Why didn't that just kill her?
That would have been fun to do.
All they did was look at little things and shake the camera.
Yeah.
I would have tossed the camera.
I would have actually jumped with it. That would have been fun. Bunny. Little Mr. Peter Cottontail. It's at the end. That was only an hour and a half. Only an hour and a half. Wow. All right. Thoughts and opinions.
I feel like I should shake the camera when I'm saying anything. Just take it. Okay, so this is what happened. You didn't like the movie. I was bored stiff.
Very safe.
Blake, Daniel, they can take the tents. You're obviously going to have to camp up in the cold.
Very safe.
Blake, Daniel, they can take the tents. You're obviously going to have to camp up in the cold.
Very safe.
Blake, Daniel, they can take the tents. You're obviously going to have to camp up in the cold.
Very safe.
Blake, Daniel, they can take